Love you. I love you. Pinching the cheek of an infant or preschooler. After you've laid down the law to a teenager, I love you. I love you to a significant other, partner, or spouse. I love you as a farewell greeting or to end a phone call, or as you depart a relative's home. I love you as you hug a parent or child goodnight. I love you. Heidi Bakke from Norway was a fellow clinical pastoral education student. She was astounded and offended when an elderly patient in Baptist Hospital said those 3 words to her at the end of a pastoral care visit. A key issue in our clinical pastoral training is about boundaries, and to her, that was inappropriate. It felt almost like sexual harassment to her. In our hour-long interpersonal relations group that met twice a week, we discussed this to process cultural differences and appropriate boundaries. We sought to reassure her that it likely meant nothing inappropriate. It was probably the patient's way to say, "Thank you for your visit. It was meaningful to me." Heidi taught us that in her culture, those words are usually reserved for a significant other or occasionally one's parents. So it felt improper to her. Does our southern U.S. culture use those 3 words so frequently that it devalues the meaning? Or perhaps it's that our use of the word love is so varied that we use it somewhat carelessly. On the other hand, when beginning a relationship with a potential romantic partner, we're usually extremely careful not to say those 3 words too soon. Or if we have a new friend, we might be reserved about expressing our love, fearing their misunderstanding of our intentions or being too familiar too soon. Our English word love means lots of things. Sometimes friendship, sometimes genuine familial love, sometimes affection or romance or sexual passion, and sometimes self-sacrificing, unconditional love. Perhaps we could take a bit more effort to select more definitive words to express our emotion. Are we sometimes reluctant to say "I love you" for fear someone will think we're being sappy or that we're making a move on them? Don't hesitate to express your love. Saying "I love you" does usually imply some emotional intimacy, so I'm not suggesting you say "I love you" to everyone you meet. But consider verbalizing your heartfelt love. If there's a need to explain what you mean, a need to define your love, either you will tell the other or the other will ask you in time. There are many ways to express love without words, but saying those words, "I love you," are also important. Jesus instructs us to love one another. He said if we love him, we'll obey his commandments. And what did Jesus say are the 2 greatest commandments? Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these 2 commandments. Love is the fulfillment of the law. Unconditional love is what God gives us and what God enables us to offer to others. God is love, and the Bible says that if we say we love God but hate others, the truth is not in us. The fruit of the Spirit is love. It seems to me many of us are saying the words, I love you, more frequently these days. Are you experiencing this? I ask myself, why am I doing this? Is it because I'm older and don't worry as much about what someone will think? Is it because COVID has taken away our physical means of expressing affection, like hugs or back slaps or other touches of care or connection? Is it because many of us are more aware of the fragility of life and the fact that we might not have another chance to say, I love you? Whatever your and my motivations are, go ahead and say, I love you. Go ahead and do that kind deed. Love, expressed in words or actions, is a powerful force for good. Love wins.